Christmas with Jin BTS. A warm smile that warms ARMY's heart's Christmas tree purple heart. What is it about a simple smile that can stir the emotions of millions around the world during Christmas? And why did Jin BTS's smile become an inescapable focal point? This question emerged when this year's Christmas was marked not by a grand stage or sensational statements, but by Jin's warm expression, which proved more powerful than words themselves. Amid the relentless pace of the global entertainment industry, this moment arrived as a surprise, understated, deeply human, and profoundly meaningful. Christmas is often associated with togetherness, reflection, and emotional warmth. Yet in the context of Jin BTS, this Christmas transcended the idea of celebration alone. Jin's smile, captured through brief interactions, gentle greetings, and empathetic gestures, became a form of nonverbal expression about presence, sincerity, and the enduring emotional bond between an idol and his fans, ARMY. Without excessive narration, Jin delivered a message that struck directly at the core. Warmth can exist even amid distance, busyness, and silence. What made this moment feel extraordinary was not its scale, but its context. Jin is known as a figure who balances humor, maturity, and genuine care. This Christmas, those qualities surfaced clearly. There was no exaggerated dramatization, no attempt to manufacture an image. Instead, it was the calmness and simplicity that triggered a widespread emotional response from ARMY. Many felt that the smile served as a personal reminder that they were not forgotten, that the emotional connection built over the years remained alive. From an academic perspective, this phenomenon is compelling as a form of effective communication within popular culture. Jin did not deliver a lengthy message or emotional manifesto, yet the impact was substantial. In communication studies, nonverbal expressions often carry greater power than verbal statements. Jin's smile this Christmas functioned as a symbol of collective affection, generating emotional resonance that crossed linguistic and cultural boundaries. ARMY members from different countries responded in similar ways, feelings of warmth, calm, and deep emotional connection. Within the K-pop industry, often characterized by intense schedules, performance demands, and public pressure, this Christmas moment with Jin felt strikingly different. It revealed another side of a public figure, a human presence, authentic and unfiltered. It is no surprise that many ARMY described the moment as the true Christmas gift, not something material, but an emotional experience that felt genuine. The reactions that followed were not merely fleeting excitement, but deeper reflections on the meaning of togetherness. Notably, the power of this moment was also shaped by its timing. Christmas is a reflective period when many people are emotionally more open. Jin's presence, accompanied by his warm smile, amplified that atmosphere. He claimed nothing and imposed no narrative, instead allowing ARMY the freedom to interpret the moment for themselves. This is where Jin's approach stands out, giving without pressure, being present without dominance. From a journalistic standpoint, this event challenges conventional definitions of major news. There was no controversy, no conflict, no negative sensation. Yet the impact was undeniable. Conversations among fans revealed a collective longing for moments that feel honest and calming. In a media landscape often filled with tension, Jin's smile became a refreshing anomaly. Christmas with Jin BTS ultimately was not about a single day of celebration, but about the continuity of emotional connection. It served as proof that a public figure can cultivate closeness without excess. For ARMY, that warm smile was more than a facial expression. It was a symbol of consistent presence, a reminder that behind the glittering industry, there remains space for sincerity. So when Christmas fades and routines resume, the lingering question is no longer about what Jin did, but about what those who witnessed it felt. Was a simple smile enough to warm the heart? ARMY's response seems to answer clearly. Yes, and perhaps that is the most essential meaning of Christmas itself. Warmth that is real, quietly present, yet deeply felt, beyond the emotional warmth that many ARMY felt. This moment also opens a wider space for reflection, one that deserves to be examined calmly and critically. Was the Christmas moment with Jin BTS truly an authentic expression of sincerity, or has it been framed, amplified, and romanticized by the dynamics of digital media? This question is uncomfortable, yet necessary, especially in an era where emotional narratives spread faster than verified facts. At what point does genuine interaction end and constructed narrative begin? When a single smile becomes a global talking point, we must ask whether our reactions are shaped by reality or by repetition across platforms. Social media algorithms thrive on emotion, and content that evokes warmth, nostalgia, or longing often travels further than neutral information. Are we responding to Jin's actual gesture, or to the version of it that has been curated, edited, and continuously replayed across TikTok clips, YouTube commentaries, and viral posts on Twitter? It is also worth questioning how collective emotions are formed. When thousands of similar reactions appear simultaneously, expressing gratitude, tears, and emotional closeness, does this represent spontaneous sincerity or a shared emotional script reinforced by fandom culture? Fandoms are powerful communities, but they can also create echo chambers where skepticism feels uncomfortable or even unwelcome. Are ARMY allowed to question without being seen as insensitive, or has emotional consensus replaced critical distance? From a media literacy perspective, the circulation of this moment raises further concerns. Much of the information and interpretation surrounding Christmas with Jin originates from secondary sources, fan accounts, reaction videos, speculative threads, and commentary-based content. While these sources play an important role in shaping discourse, they are not neutral. How many of these narratives are grounded in verifiable context, and how many are interpretations layered upon interpretations? At what stage does emotional storytelling blur into exaggeration? This does not mean the moment was fabricated. However, acknowledging emotional impact does not require abandoning skepticism. A smile can be real, yet its meaning can be expanded far beyond its original intent. When headlines frame the event as deeply symbolic or transformative, are they reporting facts or constructing a more compelling story to capture attention and engagement? Sensationalism often hides behind emotionally appealing language. We must also confront an uncomfortable question. Do we sometimes want these stories to be true because they fulfill emotional needs? During reflective seasons like Christmas, audiences may be more receptive to narratives of warmth and connection. Does this emotional vulnerability make us less critical? Are we consuming comfort rather than information? And if so, are we aware of that distinction? Consider this carefully. If the same gesture had occurred outside a holiday context, would it have generated the same response? Or does timing play a decisive role in amplifying meaning? When media narratives align perfectly with seasonal emotions, should that raise curiosity or caution? It is important to stress that the information discussed here has been drawn from multiple media sources, including TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and other digital platforms. These spaces are fast-moving, interpretive, and often speculative. While they reflect public sentiment, they do not always reflect verified reality. Therefore, the truth behind the narrative still requires further confirmation, contextual clarity, and responsible interpretation. We invite readers and viewers to pause and ask themselves, do I believe this because it is factual, or because it feels emotionally satisfying?